There's so many props there that you can just pop in and out. You look at it and you go, okay, it's clear. There's actually still 20 angles that they can be hiding behind, ready to just peek up and take you down.
We get to see the knife round, finally. And looks like London might actually win this, so they're going to probably start on their favourite side, Axes. And one thing that I did find interesting, because I was behind the Les boys when you guys were casting, they were actually debating to pick allies at some point.
Okay. It's a very CIS kind of thing. A lot of teams in CS now are starting to pick attacking side just because, obviously, Krieg meta, but even that aside, they just prefer to be able to get the aggression out of the way and know that, okay, if you have a slow start, it's okay because it's the attacking side. You can bounce back. But it's a very CIS strategy. Those Eastern European teams love it.
Well, of course, Leslie is not Eastern European.
Of course, yeah. Just saying, they're taking the Eastern European strategies.
Ooh, getting to see a boost. Don't know if you got to see any boost, but Zlatan actually spots that boost straight away. Unlucky he couldn't get any frags from it. But the fact that he was aware that the boost is there shows like how much they practice, and in fact probably practiced. All my words. Probably practiced against game agents.
Ah, probably be the baddies. Yes, I agree. It sounds like you were speaking Dutch. I thought it was Amory for a second.
Guys, it's the country.
You're just adapting. Instantly, I am now fluent in Dutch. I've been in Belgium for 3 days. I know how it works.
1.5 days.
That's all it takes. Wow, you're a fast learner. Goddamn. So looking at the situation for game agents, obviously it's pretty bleak. You've only got Spirit left alive. The prone kill comes through, but he's been flanked out. Not a chance. 1-0, good start for London. You're in Zlatan getting loud.
Of course, and he was getting loud against Space. And in fact, you probably could have heard game agents when they won some rounds. It was pretty loud, especially that first round. But then they got a little slightly quiet when things got a little bit tense.
As you do.
As you do. But a typical half buy, in fact, actually skills full buying, so now it is going to be a full buy. Spirit with Thompson.
I love how symmetrical that buy is. Carbine, grease gun, Tommy, grease gun, carbine. That's what I like to see. Why can't more teams be like this?
I don't know, but they did throw smoke.
Nade it down, so now the symmetry's gone. God damn it!
Well, the risky buy, but max strafe, and the fact that he's still alive, not for long, but. He did so much damage, gets all that information, and now the rest of his team, Delito getting 2 frags himself, just leaving Gabox. I finally learned that name.
Oh, is it Gabox?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I always just assumed that G4's game agents box.
Yeah. I was getting slated during Premiere.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
About it.
Well, don't have weird names.
That's what I said. Like, you see Gabox, and you just think G4 box, because box just does not make any sense.
G4 and 4 is used as an A, game agents box. You know, that was my logic. I always thought it was just game agents, but fair enough. Good box.
Yep.
So the previous game, Bumble was getting super aggressive, but playing the lurk a lot of the time or taking snipers.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, the thing which I also noticed is if you see Bumblebee with his teammates, that's definitely the site which they're going to attack.
Yeah.
So if these teams realize that very early on, they can start reading their opponents quite easily.
Luckily, there's no custom player model, so you can't just tell what he looks like, unlike in a stupid CS game.
Blue Angel trying to do his best to get those one taps, but Spirit doing a lot of damage on that B side, just leaving Daxton alone. And Game Agent's looking good in this 3rd round.
It's going to be coming up a lot about the custom player models in CS. It's a stress on my life right now. That's unfortunate for Delete. Oh, nice try with the knife. Really well played, but it doesn't work out. You're supposed to play up top, it's shot from the bottom. Not much more you could have really done in that situation.
Yeah, now Game Agent's coming back. Normally you see this in the 3rd round to get a good buy, and they're going to definitely have a very, very strong buy. You're going to see a lot of utility. And one thing which I did notice, the utility on Game Agents wasn't that good from what I saw against Leslie Esports. Of course, only saw Leslie's side of things.
Yeah, so Game Agents didn't get a lot of kills, but they were using it, for example, nading outside a B on Liberation so that Bumblebee could go and take the kill knowing that they'd be boxed in towards Graveyard and stuff like that. But it wasn't, they definitely weren't netting a lot of kills for what they were investing in.
Yeah, and then on the other side, when I saw Leslie Esports actually infest, they actually got quite a few nade kills.
Yeah, no, definitely. They were the ones coming away with a little bit more. Spirit being taken down is a pretty huge blow to them.
Yeah, and I think he had a scope as well, and no one has picked up that scope yet because it was towards A long, and they are playing quite spread out. They're trying to just look for picks across the map.
Says a lot about the team here. So Blue Angels got a carbine and nothing else to work with. Bumble had, I think, a Gewehr or a carbine. I'm going to say the Gewehr, but he had one of those one-token weapons and a Thompson, but he's gone and taken the scope and left Blue without it. The Bumble finds one. Blue gets traded out for it. That's not too bad. That could have been very dangerous, but Skills makes it away with his life. But the information is now to play with for London. They've spotted a player coming up past the back of Manor.
Oh no.
That's a perfect hit.
He nearly whiffed as well, but Daxon with a good trade. The box only good for one, and Delita getting another scope kill. And that's one thing as well. During Epic, they changed the scope roles. Normally you saw Zlatan with the scope. Now Delita being the main scope of the lineup. Misses his shot there though. Bumblebee able to do some damage. But it is a 1 versus 2. But the advantage which he does have is the two London players are spread out.
Time's so low though. If they get the spam, they know he's so close. And a nice tag by Daxton. He follows it up. Bumblebee is gone. And so too is the hope of winning the round for Game Agents. It's a 3-1 scoreline on the board. But, I mean, London have lost quite a bit.
Yeah.
They've only got the two weapons. The scope has disappeared. So it is definitely a positive for Game Agents in terms of overall economy damage. And they didn't invest too much in that round either.
Yeah.
Stacking up to get that scope. Now they're going to be able to go in for double scope setup on the attacking side. All right.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a different strategy.
Don't really see that every single day since scopes are quite limited on attack. It's not really good at close range unless you're climax getting no scopes every single time.
Like it's round 5 in their deployment. To me, if you got double scopes, it's like, damn, nothing else is working. Let's try and make this happen. But they are feeling good. They know there was a player playing out here towards long. The box's position is given away. There's no one there to support this, so he could hunt down that kill, but there's no way to know that.
Oh. Well, the Thompson's definitely doing the damage. Daxton already falling to Blue Angel. As this B hit is most likely as the bomb is rotating. You have two players around the headshot area looking to push. Blue Angel still holding that mid house. Rebuild going to be tested. Not good enough as he will fall. Fails the test. That is a fail, not a pass.
And Bumble's coming up behind as well through the A side. The flank is on. He's quite slow. I feel like London are probably going to be dead by the time he gets here. But it's good that he's taking his time. He's got a scope. You can't kind of just barrel around and make a lot of noise.
Well, one thing is interesting. They go for these double scopes and they haven't actually got a kill yet.
Are they going to finish with a kill on one?
No.
Nope. It's a pistol. A pistol has done more in this round than either scope.
The scopes. And I find that interesting as well as the fact that you saw Bumblebee go towards A long. Of course, he has no contact since Delita didn't have his scope. And then you saw Spirit trying to peek mid and try and peek Biarch. London disciplined enough not to really show themselves in those areas. And now London's going to have a really, really poor buy. But when you see two scopes, this is what I wanted to mention earlier. They went for lack of utility. Of course, it worked in that round.
Yeah.
And now London's going to be the one lacking utility. No nades to stop the push.
The fact that London are playing so passive, obviously I don't think they have a read that there's two scopes in play, and you'd be a lunatic to predict that.
Yeah, especially since they haven't really shown themselves, since they haven't got any kills.
So at that point, it's not like they know they have to intrinsically play passive, but the fact that this approach is being taken is definitely benefiting them. In the previous round, obviously you saw, okay, scopes didn't find a kill. It's not that they were doing anything wrong, but all the fights that were offered were close range. So obviously you've got your SMGs and the other rifles going in for those kind of fights. Looks like we're about to have our first. Nope.
I think Rebuff's going to have some contact towards this B car as he does have the MP28. Not going to hit anything as there are three players swarming and then leaving the one player on site. Zlatan. Back's on there to help. Oh.
Good nade. Nade into scope for Spirit.
The nade didn't even explode. It just bounced off Zlatan.
But did it just kill him by hitting him?
Yeah.
Nice. Headshot. He was quite low, yeah. He was ducking down to regen up his health. Spirit with the third. Scope's doing a lot more here than they did in the previous. Mainly post plans, so. The leader not finding it. Spirit there with the scope for a fourth. That's 3-3 tied up. Game Agent's definitely making a much better recovery than before.
Yeah, but that was like a minimal buy from London. It was quite an eco since they don't really have many tokens. Again, they don't really have much tokens, so they might actually have to go for another eco. But looking at the frags, Rebuff's actually the one struggling, and we did see him struggle a little bit on that B house, not able to do any damage. Of course, there were 3 players with Thompsons rushing him, so you don't really expect him to have any damage done with an MP28 or the popcorn rifle you like to call it.
I do. That term was coined by Costume when I was playing with him when this weapon came out. I don't know if he was the original person to coin it, but I stole it from him, and I love it.
I don't really use it that much because I just remember it as the MP28.
I never even looked at the name of it. He just said, this popcorn rifle sucks, and I was like, what? Oh, popcorn, okay.
It does suck a bit. To be fair, on the release, it was slightly better than it was when it was first introduced. Really good comeback from London. Max with 2 kills.
Yeah, you've got both scopes being dropped. Now, one of them didn't have the scope out, but I think Spirit did. Sitting down towards A long, and the flank came through.
So Skills might actually be able to pick that up and make sure they don't retrieve at London.
Yeah, even put it in a secondary slot. Just to make sure. That is if he had it in, maybe, because it was an SMG that killed him, maybe he quick switched to get rid of it. Either way.
I'm slightly worried about London's positions there.
They're all one and dones.
Yeah.
No trades possible. There's 1 kill. Smoke down, flank coming through. Not looking for nades, and the nade's coming over.
Very, very short from Rebuff.
Obviously not in a position where he was comfortable nading, but time-wise he had to throw it. It's now or never. And this is definitely winnable for Skills.
Yeah, he has the weapon advantage, only Zlatan having a Thompson, so if he kills Zlatan first, he'll have the advantage against Rebuff.
Oh, that was a really nice try.
It's very close.
A lot of damage done to Rebirth, but he wins it out, putting us over into a 4-3 scoreline for London.
Diffused.
But one thing which I have noticed is how much they lose London when they do win rounds. Like you saw in the rounds where they had the scope. Only 2 players survived, and they lost the scope. But Delita, back on the scope now.
And we got a Car 98 coming out as well. Beautiful.
Beautiful. That was your favorite weapon. Is it still your favorite
It's
weapon?
still my favorite weapon, but it's just not used enough. Because if you think about it, a flick with a sniper, alright, it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. But a flick with a Car 98K on scope, it just has this. There's something special about it, man.
Well, for me, I personally prefer the STG or the carbine.
There we go.
Don't like the Gewehr much, but Zlatan using that car effectively with the rotation, the defense.
You know what, I'll tell you what, the STG is like the family car, right? It's got good fuel consumption. It's nice. It does its job, and it gets you where you need to go, cheap.
Yeah.
The Car 98 is like a Dodge Charger. It does its job. It costs you 10 times as much in fuel. Probably kills the environment, but it looks good while it does it.
Nades,
I'll take the Dodge Charger any day.
Nade would probably compare it to like a motorcycle.
A motorcycle.
You know, very, very dangerous to use.
Yeah, okay.
But it looks cool when you actually do it effectively.
Yeah, if you use it wrong, you're gonna end up hurt.
Yeah.
Don't use nades at home. You don't want to scare people away from motorcycles, but definitely don't use nades.
Yeah.
They're not good.
Of course, motorcycles are a lot safer than a grenade.
That is true. If you hop on a grenade and activate it, or hop on a motorcycle, both of them will vibrate, but I think the motorcycle probably a little bit more comfortably.
Just a little bit more, but it looks like Skills might try and get this plant in, but he shouldn't get it in as Max was there with the STG, the family car. Safe and reliable.
There you go. Toe tapping people to death. That's not the family car, that's the STG. It just happened.
I just prefer the STG.
That said, my grandmother ran over my foot once.
Oh?
Yeah. I got out the car. I was picking something out the door for her. She reversed. Went over my foot.
It's kind of similar to my story with my sister. She slammed the door on my finger several times.
Fair.
Different times.
Nice.
3 times in total in my life.
I didn't break anything in my foot, though. I was fine.
I didn't break my fingers.
There you go. I had a car on me, so...
Well, I had a lock in my finger.
Yeah, no, that's I honestly like seriously. I'd take the car before I'd take that.
No,
No,
it wasn't pleasant.
That's horrible.
My finger was completely squashed.
Oh no. Oh,
but
no.
I didn't break any bones.
There we go. You ever broken a bone?
Nope, but I think I've broken my toes.
That's a bone, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not too sure.
How are you not sure if you broke your toes?
Because I'm not too sure. The only indication is that one of my toes bends over the other toe.
God damn, okay.
So
Fair
it's
enough.
healed wrong if I did break it.
That's gotta be the worst if you go to a doctor and they gotta re-break it. Oh no. Oh no. I don't want that.
I'll just live with it. It doesn't affect my life.
There you go. It's all good then. Get the car 98K and play for London yet again. It's a rebirth.
Ooh.
Finding it with the car, but it's a scope variant.
Springfield.
Oh, it's a Springfield. He picked it up. Oh, God damn it. God, it's the leader has the car. God damn.
Oh, the box almost falls to neighbor. It's actually Blue Angel taking down Max. A little bit too aggression maybe from skills.
They're getting a lot of kills considering
Yeah.
the fact that they're up against all these one-shot weapons. Down goes Rebirth, so it's all on the leader rotating around through the spawn.
Bomb planted.
Yeah, the players are backing off. Only one of them. No one up close. That shot's missed by the leader. That could
Does
have been
have
the
a
opening
smoke.
back in. He could go in for the ninja if he wants. There's the smoke down. Running in. Tippity tapping it. But waiting. He has to find a kill soon. They're going to know that he's not on it. And spotting him out certainly helps.
And now it's Game Agent's time to pick up the scopes.
Well, that's a remarkable round, though, by Game Agents,
Yeah.
because they're up against a Crown 98K unscoped, scoped, and the Springfield.
Yeah.
So there's so much damage potential for London, and Game Agents burned up a lot of their smokes at the very beginning of the round. So you're still seeing them manage to close in the distance and take those closer range fights, split out, destroy the B bomb site.
But that's the thing, they still had the smoke on B arch, so it was able to push up to double doors,
Yeah.
get close against those scopes and cars, and as soon as you miss that one shot, you're dead. Luckily, Bumblebee doesn't miss his shot and takes down the leader very early on A long, and this could actually push them towards A. In fact, Bumblebee gets a second kill. Didn't get to see it though.
Thanks, Dark. He's not got his head. Oh, he has got his headset on.
And Dark's just missing all the kills right now. Daxton got one, but got traded straight away by Springfield on Blue Angel.
So if you guys have a problem with the observing, all you got to do is
Tweet at Dark.
hop on over to Twitter, and it's going to be at @dark_AV.
AV.
So head on over, maybe drop him a follow, and then tell him he's terrible.
I always wondered what the AV stand for.
Bomb
I don't know. Amory Van?
His surname's Fan.
Is it Amory Van? Yep, it's Amory Van. There you go.
Wow. There you go, guys. Amory Van. Giving you all the knowledge, but Slattern trying to take a long distance kill with the MP44. Luckily, he does find a close range one.
26 seconds. There's definitely time for this to work. But no smoke to play with. You're moving into SMG's long-range fight potentially towards long. 18 seconds. I mean, I'm bailing at this point.
Yeah.
Should be saving these weapons. Just dying for the sake of it.
And this is a very, very good half on Game Agents when they attack. 5-5, doing a lot of damage, making sure the economy is always low in London, not able to buy anything. They are going to force again. I probably would actually eco this round since it is second to last round. Try and get that
Sure.
dedicated last round instead of risking it in this one because you're only going to get 4 tokens in the next one.
And also, like, consider who they're up against.
Yeah.
5-5 against London is huge. Game Agents having a much better performance. And those holes that I saw previously don't seem to be following through right now. As Gabox gets naded down early on by Rebirth. Putting us into a 5 versus 4. Nice man advantage for London to sit on.
There's still some smokes left on Game Agents. I count 4 in total. So they haven't really used them up yet for their attack. And they're spread out again, which is quite surprising. They don't really dedicate towards a site much. They have dedicated a few times, but not really too much. They're just looking for picks most of the time, which isn't always great when you're facing some scopes. Luckily for them, they're not facing any scopes. They're facing the family car, STG, and of course that's not going to be helpful against Bumblebee, scope.
Natal's down goes Spirit. We've got an opening duel in the 4v4. Leaving London with again an advantage to play with and traded back somewhat. But it doesn't last all too long. Bombo just dancing around with that scope. He's got a chance to find a kill now for free, but he's going to be pincered afterwards, and the timing definitely doesn't work out. Luckily managing to convert over towards that MP40 just before he died, so no scope to go into the hands of the defense for free. But that said, we're coming into the last round, and if they want a scope, they can sure as hell get one. It will cost them nades, though.
Yeah, but Slatan does go for the unscoped car. Max going for the family car.
Family car, yeah.
STG, one of my favorite weapons, because you have that headshot potential, but then like if you do miss that headshot, you can still go for the body, free shot to the body.
It's satisfying to use as well. The spray feels good.
Yeah.
The fire rate is nice. Oh, Natal's is in a bit of danger. That's a team kill. I very rarely see them, and usually it's nades with a Thompson headshot as well. God damn.
Oh, rebuff. Giving a masterclass with the Gaver, but he's only able to get one as Spirit Trace with the bar. The other weapon, which I quite favour now, since it got buffed slightly with the ammo capacity.
Max spray. One HP after taking that fight. Blue gets lit on the cross. He's going for the bomb plant. No nades to pull him off it. Going into the fight, but Spirit takes Max's head clean off. Blue proning around the corner. Hasn't been spotted just yet. Waiting for a peek, gets the long-range fight in with the reload. Jumping out for more, that's very aggressive. But it puts them in a 1v3. And Daxton miles behind. He checks it, to be fair to him, but Bumblebee still takes him down. And that is 6-6.
Yeah.
Really good scoreline for Game Agents.
Really good scoreline, and it's been just back and forth. You saw London win a few rounds, and you see Game Agents win a few rounds. And then that last 2 rounds back and forth where London won 1, and then Game Agents. But now, this is where the real test shows. Does London have a good attack on their manner?
I imagine we're going to see a lot from London here, to be honest. I think Game Agents are going to struggle here on the defense. Possibly even more. London are a structured team. They've got a lot of practice. They've ironed out their creases. Let's see how clean this is. Definitely better than my shirt sleeve, which I had rolled up earlier, but it got kind of cold, so put it down. It's all wrinkled now.
Yeah, it's quite cold in there.
It is. Hopefully it'll warm up throughout the day.
But that's probably good for the PC so they don't overheat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, here we go. Spirit. Oh, he's a little bit too long finding that kill. Max Strafe survives on like 20 HP. That'll heal back up. And nothing really gained for Game Agents there.
That's that down forward position, able to find one player, Blue Angel in sandbags. And this is just going to start opening up their attack. They can go towards B from the flank. Bumblebee has to be wary of his flank now, as he is pushing towards fences. Good utility use from Spirit, able to block out the push towards the B side, allowing Bumblebee to get into bottom big bomb, but loses to Max Strafe. And now the plant should come in with no avail, as Skills is the last player standing.
Not got the right weapon for this, really. Not that there is a right weapon for 1v5, but if there was, it isn't that.
No, probably would be STG.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
Maybe an MP44. Go for multiple spray down, close range, especially on the B side where it's a little bit close.
I mean, I think I'd rock with the STG. I mean, that's the one to play in a 1vx situation. You got a lot of bullets, one-shot headshots, decent body.
I also like the MP40 because of the increased movement in ADS.
Yeah, well, it depends on your position, I suppose. If you're up there at Fountain, you're not in too much of a worry. But if you're having to rotate from middle, then you gotta be quiet. Nice shot.
Ooh.
Locking on the heads there for Bumble.
Also Blue Angel, as he got one on the lead towards that A site. A little bit messy. Good Box does manage to take down Max Strafe, but the trade is straight away from London as it is a 2 vs 3. A site is secured for the time being as the bomb is rotating. But at the same time, Game Agents is rotating to retake A.
Well, here we go. Long-range Thompson fight. Always fun to see. Nice shot on Blue Angel. And Spirit comes in to trade. You hear the nice in the background as it's now 7-7. Game Agents putting up a really strong fight early on. Now for London, they've got plenty of tokens to invest, so I imagine we're going to see a buy out of them. So this is going to be a real defining round. Lots of utility being preferenced here with carbines. Carbines aren't terrible. Where's Rebirth taking this? 2 tokens left?
Yeah, it seems like Rebirth not really too comfortable in this game. We've seen him go down on the lower weapons, playing the support role. Well, I would like probably to see him in the lurking role. He's very, very good in the early days on Battalion, playing that lurking role, going aggressive, finding the opening spots against his opponents, but being very supportive, and that's Zlatan gone early on, and I think he had one of the good weapons.
Bumble took his time, then jumps in and hits his teammate. You hate to see it.
Ooh.
And a nice knife by Daxton. Assist by Bumblebee. Yeah, he let them all walk past him in the smoke, jumps in expecting them to be there, and just instantly hits his teammate.
Yeah, on skills, but now it's all up Spirit, 1 versus 3. Doesn't manage to get the first player prone, and I'm not really liking this from London, peeking 1 at a time, but Max Strafe will find that kill as Deleted somehow survives.
Yeah, he was being shot at for quite a while. The big advantage there was after that first fight, he still hadn't lost any health. And then swinging out to try and take the leader down, it was just a lot of whiffed shots, really.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it was a 3 versus 1, and they were just presenting 1 versus 1. You had the first player on the floor, then Deleter, secondary player out in the open from A barn, and his teammate obviously couldn't see him unless he was in dark. So I'm a little bit worried from London, seeing their performance at the moment. The positioning not entirely correct in circumstances, going a little bit aggressive in some places. And now, complete B push as the smokes are in place. Spirit stuck in radio, falls, as well as good box on B site. So now the plant will come in, and a very, very strong round coming in from London as they B push looks very successful.
Yeah, they're catching them off, trying to go in for that retake, and Game Agents making the call for the save by the looks of things. Skills has only got that popcorn rifle.
Blue Angel probably just wants to save this SCG into the next round, as their tokens will be quite low.
The Skills with the smoke down. Maybe he knows there's a weapon around this area. No, he's just going in, looking for a better angle to take a fight from on the exits. He's nothing to lose. Like, that smoke was all he had. So at this point, he's 100% taking a fight late on, and look at this push through. They're feeding him exactly what he wanted. Unfortunately, he gets a side of bullets with it. And he didn't order those.
Look at the kills on London. All on 1. Not a single player stepping up massively in that round.
Emery, can we see the scoreboard? Thank you very much, Emery. If you look at the Allied side, obviously ahead by quite a bit at this point. They're pulling away. Daxton on 14. Like, look how well dispersed these kills are. Between 9 and 14, it's a decent range and a really nice average as well. Over on the Axis side, it's not terrible either. No,
2 players on 7 kills, maybe a little bit questionable. Especially since those are the players which get pushed a lot. The Box hasn't been having a great time. And you can say the same thing about Max. Yeah, he has 9 kills, but he also has 11 deaths. It shows that he's having a little bit less impact maybe compared to the other players. Playing for that trade role.
Important fight for the mid-control, and Kabaksu, we're calling that for having a weaker performance. He steps up to open it. Unfortunately, Bumblebee's fallen elsewhere. You've only got 1 STG, and it's in the hands of Blue Angels. He's the one that needs to take those longer range fights.
Yeah.
It could be a bit of an issue.
Blue Angel is playing towards A long, so that is the best place for a long range fight, A long. But London hasn't really shown any presence towards A long in this entire half so far. And right now, London looks quite lost, I would say. Just going back and forth, not really deciding. They do still have 40 seconds left. They are going towards a site where Blue Angel is stationed with that STG in dark.
They're pretty much forced to commit at this point when they move towards A. 30 seconds left. There's no time to rotate. It'll be super obvious if they do. Blue Angel spots them out. He's sticking around and goes after the peak. Oh, that's a very awkward fight to take. 2 players low HP as they push out to the side at least, and they have to wait. Oh, the time's just going to run down. That's a position you shouldn't be losing the fight from.
Yeah, but Skill's able to get 1 kill at least from that position. Staying alive, 8 seconds left. They have to stick the plant. Daxton knows it. And a very good round from Game Agents there. Good round from Skills personally playing in that haystack, and you can see Spirit waiting outside of A since he knew that Skills was still on site and can stop that plant, and even if he dies, that's the round over anyway.
And 2 of them were so low that they just had to wait, knowing there's another player around that area. For Game Agents now, you're pulling out 2 STGs, a little bit more utility. It's only 2 frag grenades on the defense. We usually see the frags being a huge impact. Skills lobs 1 out, does a little bit of damage. No, that's actually, sorry, the allied side nade that came in towards the box.
Oh, the box killing the player on top of box. But Zlatan only wanted to get trained, but advantage still in Game Agents until again Zlatan, different SMG this time. Huh.
Nice nade down. We're gonna see Max regenning up his health. Natal's already got his up, and the bomb going down.
I think that was an allied nade.
Was it?
Yeah, I saw Zlatan throw a nade towards box corner on B side.
I'm sticking with Natal's. He's chosen to write his name backwards. I refuse to read names backwards.
Isn't there an NACS player which does that?
Oh, there's
Ethan?
lots. Yeah. Oh, wow. The deleter with that double on the scope. That's pretty much just shut that down. Smoke. He has to push through this, and Bumble's got the read. Or Blue, sorry, he's got the read. But look at that fake from deleter. Big brain, and he's free firing it as well. So well played from start to finish. A 1v3 with the scope.
Very, very great round.
They were getting loud, and you can definitely respect it.
Zlatan fell out of his chair.
Oh, really?
Well, just for a second. His chair ran away from him as he stood up.
You mean Natal's?
I'm refusing to call him Natal's.
I'll call you whatever you write on that screen. Mark,
that is true.
Mark knows that all too well. Whatever he writes there, I will say.
That is true. I try and say their real names. Replan also does that with his name on Faceit. Have you seen it?
No.
It's Captain something. I can't remember the last part.
Captain Lovemaker.
That's it.
Yeah. I think he's going by that now.
Is he?
By what I've heard, yeah. I think he's officially going back.
Well,
I think he used to play under Captain Lovemaker.
I think he's gone back to Replan.
Has he?
At Epic, he was Replan. 100%.
Oh.
As well as the fact in Premier, he was Replan.
Oh, someone told me he was 100% going back to using Captain Love, because I kept calling him Replan. Yeah. And I was told, no, he's actually going to use that name from now on. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Was also told to use their name so it wouldn't be so confusing to people at home watching.
But he was told to use Captain Lovemaker.
Well, to say it on stream.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
It looks like it's going to be an eco for Game Agents as London is slipping away in this second half. Very good allied half for them now, as it is going to be 11-8.
Not a single player dying either. Once no one jumps in the hole. Natals. That was pretty close. Rafael Natals. Ethan has his name backwards, and I always just call him Naughty.
Really?
Naughty. Yeah. Hey, you're gonna put your name backwards. I'm gonna say it backwards. It's that simple. He deserves it. If he wants to be called Ethan, you know what you do? You write your name. Ethan. Write your name proper.
I think there's another NA player which writes it backwards. I can't remember.
There's definitely a couple of players, even EU players, that do it. I just straight refuse.
I think we've got a pause in. Probably a tactical one from Game Agents. They used one in against Leslie.
What were they saying actually over on Leslie when they called a pause before the round ended?
I was congratulating London at that point.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, they called a pause, and obviously they were running around. They already had full, like, all the weapons they needed. They didn't upgrade.
Yeah, they called a pause with 2 seconds left of the time. And I think they just went over what they were going to do, and just, like, what are they playing on the B site and stuff like that. I know,
like, you know the way if you call it before the round, and you can run around and pick up weapons
game
potentially.
did. And it was just like, pick up weapons, boys, pick up weapons.
Oh no.
But then they talked seriously and saying we're tilting them, we've got this and stuff. Yeah. And of course they came out as a draw. Very, very close round, and it's just because of some mistakes, aggression on both sides, maybe too little. I know some cases for London Esports, there was some communication issues, I would say. Okay. I know some of it was the fault to their own, and some of it was due to some technical issues as Baz, his headset kept disconnecting.
Oh god, of course it was Baz. Of course it was Baz. But I mean, in all honesty, game agents have improved quite a bit from game to game. You can see that they're definitely taking this one a whole lot more seriously.
Yeah, and you could even see it online when you watch them in Premier. They've been playing very, very well in Premier. It's only they, in fact, beat London Esports in Premier 2-1.
Okay.
So in fact, there was a draw today.
I mean, 2-1 draw on a BO1 is not unheard of.
Yeah.
Consistent performances, at least.
So game agents actually made it to the lower bracket final, where I think they still have to play. That's in Premier though. Win victory.
Yeah.
Different tournament.
At the moment, only Endpoint are flying ahead 2-0, but they had a default. It's going to be my excuse for the whole tournament. Whatever
only reason Endpoint's top of the group because they got a default.
They got a default though. Mitch, everyone got a default. No.
Only Endpoint. Only matters with Endpoint.
Let's take a look at what they're buying up. Look at the nades for game agents. 2 smoke, 1 smoke now.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
That's one thing which I didn't like when I was watching Lizzie. They didn't buy enough utility in some circumstances.
Very much depends on the kind of team you're going for, though. If you're looking at a lot of individual base players.
But then again, they also seemed like they had some strats. It was calling numbers.
Oh, fair enough.
Like 1-1-3, guys. 1-1-3.
Spirit and Bumble open this up. They put it into a 5v3. And for London, getting back in could be kind of difficult. They've got the nades to work with. One goes over for Rebirth. Max in with another. But he's got one. Hasn't deployed it just yet. Looking for the scoped kill on the side.
Yeah. Max still has full utility which he can use. So he doesn't really want to... You don't really want him to lose, since if he dies, that's the utility dropped. Of course, Rebirth can pick it up, but if they want to save into this, which they kind of do because time is ticking, now they're actually going to push on the side. There's still that play in radio, which is going to be a little bit of a hassle, and it's actually Bumblebee with a scope, and he actually gets a kill, and Max kills himself.
Oh, Max. Oh, no.
Ooh.
I mean, he throws the smoke over. I gotta ask you something.
Yeah.
How actively do you think players have a read if Max is stood outside of B there, right?
Yeah.
And he throws his smoke over. How often do you think players can look at that smoke in the air and say, that's a smoke, not a nade, and won't react?
It depends on the smoke. For example, that smoke, they probably would be able to tell because of the twirl.
Okay.
Because with the smokes, they do have a little bit of a twirl into it, and with Axie's nades, you can even tell them a lot straight away because of the long handle.
They're much. It's more the allied side because they're both vaguely the same shape. One is
it's a little bit harder to tell with the nade on allies, but it all depends on the positioning because you have those instant pop nades where thrown far and goes through the trees, you can't really see them, and then you just die.
Yeah.
But a lot of players know roughly those positions, so they just wait them out.
I often wonder when we see smokes going over towards vaguely the same areas you'd see a pre-nade, if teams will throw them so that the player in that position, like say you don't have a nade, you throw the smoke, someone in that position looks at it, goes, oh no, a nade's coming, and then, tries to run out of position, and you can try to pick him then. Yeah.
The only time which I've really seen that happen most is actually on Liberation, but that's with the Heaven player.
Yeah, okay.
So he falls back anyway, even if it's a nade or a smoke.
Yeah. No, unless the situation allows him to push forward, but it's quite rare. There's the leader in with one. The Allied side pulling back more, putting it into a 3 versus 4. Nice flank by Max Strafe. An easy kill to find, and this is just falling apart for Game Agents. 12 rounds on the board, basically, for London. Oh no, Skills has got 2. 12 seconds left. Nate does nothing, but he's caught with the smoke out. His pants down, and in the shed, he was taken by Max Strafe. It's 12-9. 1 round left to go for London Esports to finish off this map.
But it was really, really risky at the end. Skills been the last player, and they had to go A with 18 seconds left. Bomb was middle, so there was no time for them to go towards B. And of course, at that point, it was just like they had to win that duel. And luckily for them, I think it was it Daxton in the end? Getting that kill, pushing in a barn because of the smoke throw. A little bit unlucky, but you can see what Skills was trying to do, and it was a good attempt from him. Now, for Game Agents, it's all or nothing.
I feel like playing for a tie is going to demotivate you slightly.
A little bit, but it's better than having some points than having no points, and these players will know that. And Bumblebee able to get 1 Blue Angel with the trade onto Daxton. So it's still 3 versus 3, but not for long. It's deleted that scope. Only good for 1.
Skills not looking the right way. He's coming out to clear it, but Max Strafe takes it. And into a 1 versus 2. Get box on the rotate from the B side. He's not going to need to play with here to try and deny that bomb plant. Got to rely on his STG skills. The family car. He's being peeked out as well. Nice shot! Takes the head clean off of Max, but Rebirth is in position and takes the frag, winning out the game for London Esports.
Yeah, this is a very, very good game. Looking at the scores, Rebirth 15 kills. At the top was the lead with 18 kills.